Good evening. Tonight, we bring you a story that could redefine the very fabric of international relations as we know it. Across the globe, a seismic shift is underway. Two European nations, long considered pillars of the Western alliance, are now turning their gaze eastward, signaling a dramatic realignment in global power structures. In a move that has stunned diplomats and analysts alike, Italy and Hungary have formally applied to join BRICS, a powerful bloc increasingly seen as the main counterweight to Western dominance and influence. This is not a matter of quiet, behind-the-scenes diplomacy. It's a bold, public challenge to the established status quo, sending shockwaves through capitals around the world. The implications of this move are nothing short of staggering, raising urgent and complex questions about the future of the post-war liberal order that has shaped the world for decades. Is this the beginning of the end for Western unity, or simply a pragmatic adaptation to a rapidly evolving, multipolar world where new alliances are constantly being forged? The stability of global economies, the security of national borders, and the very core values that have defined Europe for generations are now all at stake, facing unprecedented uncertainty. In the coming moments, we'll unpack what this historic decision means for Europe, for the expanding BRICS bloc, and for the world at large, as nations everywhere watch and react. Join us as we delve into the forces driving this extraordinary shift, explore the motivations behind these bold moves, and examine the far-reaching global impact that could reshape the international order for years to come. Italy and Hungary's applications to join BRICS have sent shockwaves through global markets and diplomatic circles, sparking intense debate and uncertainty across the world. This is not just another headline. It's a pivotal moment that could reshape the international order as we know it. Italy, a founding member of both the G7 and the European Union, has long been seen as a pillar of Western unity and stability. Meanwhile, Hungary, often at odds with Brussels over issues of sovereignty and policy, has positioned itself as a vocal critic within the EU. Together, their applications to BRICS are challenging the very foundation and unity of the European project, raising questions about the future direction of the continent. This dramatic move is the culmination of years of shifting global dynamics: China's meteoric rise, Russia's renewed assertiveness on the world stage, and the increasing influence and economic power of emerging economies, especially those in the global south. Once dismissed as a loose coalition, BRICS now stands as a credible and growing alternative to Western-led institutions, offering a new vision for global cooperation. Italy and Hungary's applications force a fundamental reevaluation of what it truly means to be a Western nation in today's rapidly changing world. This unprecedented step could fracture the EU, exposing deep divisions and fault lines that have long simmered beneath the surface. It also puts the United States in a difficult position, as its closest allies appear to be drifting toward its global rivals, complicating alliances and foreign policy. The world is watching closely, and the stakes could not be higher. The decisions made in this moment may define the future of international relations for years to come. To understand today's news, let's look at BRICS. Originally an economic term for Brazil, Russia, India, and China, BRICS became a political force with South Africa's addition in 2010. The group's goal to reform global institutions and give emerging economies a stronger voice. The New Development Bank, created in 2014, offers an alternative to the IMF and World Bank. BRICS was expanded in 2024, adding major players from the Middle East and Africa. Now, with Italy and Hungary seeking entry, BRICS is no longer a niche club, it's a global powerhouse. This expansion challenges the G7's dominance. Italy and Hungary's applications must be seen in this context of a rising, emboldened BRICS. On January 6, 2026, Italy and Hungary made their intentions clear. Italy's prime minister called it a step toward multi-alignment, seeking new markets and economic security, while insisting it's not a rejection of the EU or NATO. Hungary's leader was more defiant, declaring the end of Western dominance and emphasizing national sovereignty. Italy frames the move as pragmatic, hoping to reassure allies. Hungary presents it as a declaration of independence from Brussels. The contrast in tone reveals different motivations: economic pragmatism for Italy, political sovereignty for Hungary. Both risk straining ties with their oldest allies. This divergence will shape their futures, and Europe's. Italy and Hungary's pivot fundamentally alters the geopolitical chessboard. For the EU, it's an unprecedented crisis. Solidarity and common foreign policy are under threat. Other Eurosceptic nations may follow, risking a domino effect. The US faces a strategic nightmare, a G7 and NATO ally moving toward a bloc led by its rivals. For BRICS, this is a major victory, gaining legitimacy and a foothold in Europe. China and Russia see their multipolar vision advancing. The global south perceives a shift in power away from the West. Turkey and others may now view BRICS as a more attractive partner. The geopolitical map is being redrawn and the rules are changing. The world is watching and recalculating. The economic fallout was immediate. The euro dropped. Italian bond yields soared and markets braced for instability. Italy and Hungary are betting that BRICS integration will bring long-term gains, new markets, and investment, despite short-term pain. But the risks are huge. The EU is their largest trading partner, and Brussels could retaliate with funding cuts or tariffs. US companies may reconsider investments, fearing sanctions. The move accelerates global economic fragmentation, splitting the world into competing blocs. Decades of globalization could unravel, replaced by higher costs and less efficient trade. International rules may become irrelevant as blocs set their own standards. The dream of a single global market is fading. This decision strikes at the heart of European identity. For decades, the EU stood for shared values: democracy, human rights, and cooperation. Aligning with BRICS, with its diverse political systems, forces a reckoning. Is Europe about values or interests? In Italy and Hungary, the move deepens social divides. Nationalists celebrate, pro-Europeans protest. Cultural exchange with BRICS could enrich or threaten traditional European identity, intensifying debates over immigration and values. Other EU nations must now ask, is the Union an economic bloc or a community of values? The answer will shape Europe's future: deeper unity or gradual unraveling. The European project stands at a crossroads. Leading experts from around the world are offering starkly different views on this unprecedented shift, highlighting just how divisive and significant this moment is for global politics and economics. Dr. Evelyn Reed, a renowned political economist, sees this as a clear sign of the West's failure to adapt to a changing world. She argues that BRICS's appeal is rising rapidly, as it offers development and partnership without the traditional strings and conditions imposed by Western powers. For many countries, this is a chance to chart their own course. According to Reed, Italy's move is driven by economic desperation, seeking relief from stagnation and decline, while Hungary's decision is rooted more in ideology and a desire to assert its independence from Brussels. Dr. Kenji Tanaka, an international economist, highlights the growing economic pull of BRICS. Its combined GDP now rivals that of the G7, signaling a major shift in global economic power. Italy, he notes, is hoping for fresh investment, new trade opportunities, and a path to renewed growth by aligning itself with these emerging economies. But not everyone is optimistic. A former NATO commander warns of serious security risks. Sharing sensitive intelligence with a BRICS member could undermine NATO's very core, threatening the trust and cooperation that the alliance depends on. Meanwhile, Professor Fatima Al-Sayed from Cairo sees opportunity in this shift. She envisions a more balanced, pluralistic world order, where power is shared more equitably and smaller nations have a greater voice. This, she argues, could move the world beyond the old East versus West rivalry, opening the door to new forms of cooperation. The consensus among experts is clear. This is a high-risk, high-reward gamble with outcomes that are far from certain. The world is unmistakably moving toward multipolarity, with new centers of influence emerging and old alliances being tested. The old rules that governed international relations for decades no longer seem to apply, as new leaders and new ideas take center stage. Italy and Hungary's bold choices will echo far beyond Europe, sending ripples through the entire international system. The global order is being rewritten in real time, and the world is watching to see what comes next. As the world reacts, the future is uncertain. EU leaders must choose between confrontation and compromise. BRICS must weigh the benefits and risks of admitting two EU economies. The decisions made now will shape international relations for years. The era of stable alliances is over. National interests now drive global politics. This new reality is complex, unpredictable, and demands agile leadership. The world you knew is changing, economically, politically, and culturally. Stay informed, engage in the debate, and recognize your role in shaping the future. Thank you for joining us. Good night.